Welcome again to our laboratory. This will be the first recorded laboratory experiment that you will have this semester. In front of you are the apparatus and the chemicals that we are going to use in this experiment. Our experiment will be working with protein, specifically first on the denatured or denaturation of protein. So the chemicals that you will be using includes your sodium chloride to be prepared later on as a solution, and you have also there the sodium bicarbonate or sodium hydroxide carbonate, the silver nitrate, and also the sodium hydroxide. There are prepared solutions already, which includes your isopropyl alcohol, that one, and you have also citric acid. So those will be the testing materials that you will be using. And then the major chemicals that you will be using are actually the egg albumin and the beef extract. So the egg albumin could refer to your egg white, whereas the beef extract could mean to your meat or fish extract. The glasswares that you will be using are, of course, you are familiar with this, the different test tubes placed in your test tube rack. And then you have also the test tube holder and the test tube brush. And at the back of the test tube brush are, of course, your porcelain spatula. And then you have there the hot plate, and you have also there the graduated cylinder. So the next thing that we're going to do is actually to fill up the test tubes with our protein isolate, the beef extract, and the egg albumin. In front of you are the test tubes containing the test materials. Sorry, this is actually a test tube of sodium hydroxide. We will add that later with your protein extract and your egg albumin. So the first thing that we're going to do is to test whether there is a present protein for these two things. So this is already a solution of sodium hydroxide. We're going to shake it so that it will mix better. And then we have also another test tube with sodium hydroxide. The first test tube will be used for albumin, and the latter one, or this one, will be used for the beef extract. So this will serve as your test tube 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the test of protein. So this one contains this is a sodium hydroxide solution. Your test tube 2 is made up of sodium hydrogen carbonate solution. And then your test tube 3 is citric acid. And then your test tube 4 is ethyl alcohol. And your last test tube is your silver nitrate. So this is your beef extract. We're going to add to the test tube, and let us try to see the possible reaction. So I am now adding a little of albumin to the first test tube, and then to the second test tube, and then to the third test tube, and to the fourth test tube, and then the last test tube. Okay, that is the beef extract. Let us try to observe some possible reaction that you could do or that you could observe. So there are the possible reactions that you could see. Okay. Please take note of the change of color. So originally, this is the color for your sodium chloride as compared with after the addition of your beef extract. So you could make your observation now. So this is your sodium hydroxide. This is for your sodium hydrogen carbonate. This is for your citric acid, and this is for your ethyl alcohol. Okay, let us do the same with your egg albumin. So this one is your sodium hydroxide. This second test tube here will be your sodium hydrogen carbonate. This is your citric acid. This is your ethyl alcohol, and this is your ethyl alcohol, and then silver nitrate. Okay. So I am now adding your 10% egg albumin or egg white. You try to take note of the possible change in color. Okay, so this is after adding sodium chloride. Can you see the possible change? And then this is for your hydrogen carbonate. And this is for your citric acid. After the addition of citric acid, what can you observe? And then after the addition of alcohol, what could be seen? And then this is for your silver chloride. So I repeat, this is for your beef extract. This is for your egg albumin after adding sodium hydroxide. Can you note of possible difference between the two? Okay, this one is for the egg albumin. This is for the beef extract after adding sodium carbonate. So you can take note of the possible changes. Okay, this is your beef extract. This is your egg albumin after adding citric acid. This is your beef extract. Nasaan na ako? Okay, parang nawala ako sa camera. This is the beef extract. And this is your egg albumin. This is after the addition of ethyl alcohol. So again, can you see the difference? And this is your albumin after adding silver chloride, nitrate, sorry. And this is your beef extract after adding silver nitrate. So you could see again the difference. Okay, that is for the exercises or activities for the denaturation of protein. Now let us go to the test of protein. In the procedure of the test of protein, to a sodium hydroxide solution, you're going to add your beef extract or your egg albumin, and then the copper sulfate solution should be added, and then let us try to see what will happen. We're back. Can you see the blue test tubes or the test tubes with blue liquid? These are actually solutions of copper sulfate and sodium hydroxide. This one, I'm going to add the beef extract and the egg albumin for the other test tube. Okay. I think you can see the solutions. So this one is with the egg albumin, and this one is with the beef extract. These are both added with sodium hydroxide and copper sulfate. You have here your hot plate and heating a beaker containing water, serving as your double boiler. Our next experiment is actually to test the reaction of heat to the different protein. So again, this is your meat extract. We will place that here, and then this is your egg albumin, and we will also follow the same procedure. So take note, this one is for your meat extract, and this one is for your albumin. So this one you observe for the meat extract, and that one is for your albumin. You observe what will happen or what is happening while it is heated. Okay, while waiting for the reaction to happen, I would like to bring you back to your test tubes and see for possible changes as you have observed last time. So this one is for your sodium chloride. This is for your sodium chloride. This is for your carbonate or sodium carbonate. This is for your citric acid. This is for your alcohol. This is for your silver nitrate. And this is your sodium hydroxide with copper sulfate added with egg albumin. And then at the other side, this is your meat extract added with sodium hydroxide and copper sulfate. This is your sodium chloride, sodium carbonate. This one. This is for your citric acid. This is for your ethyl alcohol, and this one is for your silver nitrate. Okay, please take note of some changes that you think had happened within just a few minutes of time after adding the different test solutions. Is there a change in this test tube? Is there a change with silver nitrate? You can also observe the side if you wish for possible other colors or reactions. This is with your isopropyl alcohol. Do you see any reaction that had happened? This is with your citric acid. This is with your carbonate, and this one is with your sodium chloride. Okay, let's go back to your double boiler. Can you see a change? So this one is your meat extract, and this one is your albumin. Can you see a change? That is the original color for albumin as compared with the one heated. This one, the test tube that is moving. And this is the original color for your beef extract as compared with the one that is boiling, the one that is moving. Okay, let us try to wait for more minutes in order to look for possible changes. You can perform the same experiment by following the procedure that I had placed in your Google class. So you try to look for literature as to look into what are the possible results of your experiment or this exercise compared to what was done and what is supposed to happen based on theories. So you have here the beef, and you have here the albumin. Is there something that was formed in your albumin? And was there a change in your beef extract after heating? Okay. So I repeat, let us try to look into the chemicals that you have used. You have the sodium chloride solution. You have the sodium carbonate solution. These are prepared solutions already. That is the citric acid. And this is your isopropyl alcohol. Of course, this is your silver nitrate. We had prepared a solution for that. And then you have also the sodium hydroxide and prepared a solution also for that. And then we have this one, the copper sulfate, the blue one, the one that caused the blue coloration upon addition to protein. So apparatus that you have used, you have the test tube, you have the test tube rack, and of course you have the beaker that is used for the sample for today. And supposedly we're going to use this in observing your double boiler. So additional, you have also the graduated cylinder, and at the back are your pipettes or dropper, and then of course you have the hot plate, the beaker with water which to place the roll of the double boiler. And after all, we are going to use this, the test tube brush. So I think this is all for today. Please work on with your science papers. A close up for your so these are your test tubes containing the albumin, this one, and containing the meat extract. So coagulation is happening in both test tube actually. So I have made mention of the word coagulation. When do you say that there is coagulation within a solution? So the water is already in its simmering state. You are using a very expensive hot plate. This is a very expensive hot plate. This has its own built-in stirrer with a certain speed, aside from the regulated temperature or heat. So you will meet again this kind of hot plate when you will have your analytical chem, that is hopefully next semester. Most of the chemicals that you have used are imported, so you can just simply try to imagine how expensive is this experiment. But if you're going to make some alternative sources, the ones that I had given in your classwork, you can make this exercise possible when you will have your own classes. Even your school will belong to a remote area. Okay, bye for now.